Top 10 things you should know before visiting Vietnam. This is Fiona from Custom Asia Travel. Today I'm sharing with you some travel tips that can help you have a good preparation before visiting Vietnam. Please stay tuned till the end of the video as we have a free offer for you. Vietnam is known as one of the Southeast Asian countries with many beautiful landscapes, attracting foreign travelers. However, many overseas visitors before traveling to Vietnam are still not best prepared to fully explore and experience this country. The preparation you need to make before your trip to Vietnam will depend on your destination, length, and purpose of stay. Whether you are traveling for business, work, leisure, or study, a good knowledge of travel requirements such as a travel documents, visas, insurance, currency regulations, climate, and so on will better prepare you and help to avoid unnecessary difficulties. In this video today, we are sharing 10 top things that you need to know before visiting Vietnam. Number 1. Visa. If you are traveling to Vietnam as a tourist, you need to apply for a visa ahead. Although Vietnam offers visa exemption to tourists of certain nationalities, most nationalities that are entering Vietnam as a tourist would require a visa before they can enter the country. There are several different types of Vietnam tourist visas that you can apply for. First one is the tourist visa on arrival. This is a popular option for tourists visiting Vietnam for a much longer time. That's because this visa will give them the option to apply for multiple entries with a maximum stay of 3 months. Second one is the tourist e-visa. This visa can be obtained online and will be issued online as well. You can just print the visa and show it at the border. The best part is that besides the international airports, it can be used at land border entry points and seaports. Keep in mind that this visa will only let you apply for a single entry, and the maximum validity period is only 30 days. The last one is the tourist visa from the embassy. This is the standard way of applying for a Vietnam visa. Several years ago, when the visa on arrival and e-visa were not yet introduced, tourists who plan on visiting Vietnam will have to go to the embassy to send in their application. If you find it a hassle to apply at the embassy, then choose the e-visa since it's very convenient. For those who want to stay in Vietnam for up to 3 months or longer than the visa exemption period for your holiday, or you need to enter the country several times, the visa on arrival is highly recommended. One more thing is your passport. It is an important document for your visa. Ensure that you have a valid passport throughout your stay in Vietnam. Babies are also required to have valid travel documents. Passports have to be valid for at least 6 months and also have at least 3 blank pages for immigration stamps. Number 2. Travel insurance. Medical services overseas can be very expensive and payment in advance is sometimes required. Therefore, obtaining comprehensive travel insurance prior to your trip to Vietnam is highly recommended. Many insurance companies offer insurance for unforeseen circumstances such as flight delays, trip cancellation, lost or damaged baggage, accident, hospitalization, and so on. Ensure that the insurance policy you sign up for satisfy your requirements. Number 3. Money and currencies. The local currency is Vietnam Đồng. You should only change money at official money exchange counters with a clear sign showing this status. Changing money elsewhere is illegal, and while a higher rate may be on offer, you may risk losing your money. Credit cards are widely accepted, but in rural areas particularly, you should carry cash as a backup. It is not popular to cash traveler's checks nowadays in Vietnam. ATMs are widely available in major cities and tourist areas. You can have funds transferred to Vietnam via international money transfer companies like Western Union or MoneyGram. Do not carry too much cash. According to the State Bank of Vietnam, foreigners are allowed to bring into Vietnam or bring out of Vietnam up to 15 million in Vietnamese dong or 5,000 US dollar or equivalent in other foreign currencies. Number 4. Tippings in Vietnam. In the past, tipping did not belong to Vietnam. However, as time flies, many things have changed. Tipping gradually has become a part of this area's culture. It is highly appreciated and like a necessary part of the employer's income. Those who expect the tips when they serve you on your travels include the tour guide, drivers, bellman, housekeeper, waiter, spa, and massage staff. In general, although tipping is not a must-do in a Southeast Asia country like Vietnam, it is now a common way to say thanks to service staff whenever you get a totally satisfying service. Just remember, only tip when you are happy. No one can force you to do that. Number 5. Consular travel advice from Vietnam. Find out about your destinations from experienced travelers, travel agents, on matters such as a local custom, hotel accommodation, access to medical services, and transportation network in Vietnam. Prepare a proper itinerary, plan the trip well in advance. Leave your itinerary, including names, addresses, and contact numbers of persons, hotels, and places to be visited with your family or friends in your home country so that you can be reached in an emergency. Monitor daily news media for reports of unrest or bad weather. Make a photocopy of your passport, IC, credit cards, and keep them separate from your passport and credit cards, as you may need to refer to them in the event of the original are lost or stolen. It is advisable to leave photocopies of such documents with family members or friends back home as a contingency. Call home regularly and inform your family of any changes in your itinerary and the length of stay. Number 6. The best time to visit Vietnam. I can say it is between November and April. The weather in Vietnam can be split by region as follows. In Hanoi and the north, May to October is hot and humid with high rainfall. November to April is cool and dry. In the far north, December and January can be particularly cold. Central Vietnam experiences hot and dry weather between January and August when temperatures can hit the mid-30s Celsius, while high levels of rainfall can occur in September, October, and November. Southern Vietnam is generally dry and hot from November to April, and warm and wet between May and October, with the highest rainfall in June, July, and August. There is not really a right or wrong time to visit Vietnam, as during most months of the year, you will experience both sunshine and rain in varying quantities. It is a country with more than 2,000 miles of coastline and 3 different weather systems after all. Whilst Vietnam is typically warm and humid, the weather can vary significantly from one region to another due to the country's length. At times, there has been snow in the mountainous far north, whilst the beaches in the south enjoy 32 Celsius degrees and sunshine. It pays to imagine the country as 3 separate destinations when researching weather for your intended visit. I hope that the above information will help you unravel the complexities. Number 7. The best places to visit Vietnam. With the above information about the climate in different regions of Vietnam, I believe you must have an idea about when to start your trip to this beautiful country. Now let's take a look at the best places that you should not miss on your trip to Vietnam. For those who love outdoor activities such as hiking and trekking, destinations in the mountainous far north are the best fit. These include Sapa, Hà Giang, Mù Cang Chải, Hoàng Su Phi, Cao Bang, Phu Luông, and Mai Châu. Coming to these places, you will not only enjoy the majestic natural scenery, beautiful tourist fields, you also have the opportunity to meet the Highland people in colorful traditional costumes and experience the unique and impressive culture. With lighter and easier activities, especially for travelers with less time, locations near the center and big cities can still offer you interesting sightseeing activities and wonderful natural landscapes. These include Ninh Bình with Trang An Landscape Complex, Hạ Long Bay, Cat Ba Archipelago in northern Vietnam, Mekong River Delta in southern Vietnam. For beach lovers, Vietnam does have beautiful beaches with long fine white sand to offer. In central Vietnam, I have to mention My Khê and Nha Trang. For southern parts, Phu Quoc, Con Đao Islands should be on the list. Number 8. Where to stay. There are many options for accommodations throughout Vietnam. If you arrange this yourself, then Booking.com, Agoda, and Airbnb are the most popular platforms for you to start with. Besides, you can read the past travelers' reviews and experience shared on TripAdvisor, or you can make the best choices. Room rates can range from $80 to $200 per night for 4-star and 5-star hotels. If your budget is not too tight, about $40 to $80 could be found at some centrally located boutique hotels or private apartments. Homestay are also an interesting choice if you want to experience living with local families. This is a way you could benefit the local community. Number 9. What to eat. Eating in Vietnam has its challenge. And we're not just talking about getting in and out of the tiny plastic chairs. The main challenge is narrowing down the many Vietnamese food options available throughout the country. The choices for the best food to try in Vietnam can be downright overwhelming. Whether you begin your Vietnam culinary adventure in Hanoi, Saigon, or Hoi An, we recommend starting with these following Vietnam food classics. First one is pho, or the noodle soup. The two main Vietnamese pho varieties are chicken noodle soup and beef noodle soup. In Hanoi, where pho was invented back in the early 20th century, the French-influenced broth has clear flavors developed during a simmering process that marries the protein to the liquid. Despite its apparent simplicity, Hanoi pho is a complex, satisfying meal in a bowl. Surprisingly different, pho in Saigon typically has a richer taste and often comes with a range of hot and sweet condiments, as well as a variety of leafy green herbs. Second one is bánh mì. Unlike pho, which hails from northern Vietnam, the bánh mì sandwich originates from the southern parts of the country, allegedly in Saigon. Though they are available all over the country, you will find the best bánh mì sandwiches in big cities such as Ho Chi Minh City, Hoi An, and Hanoi. Here are some lovely ones that are highly recommended. Bánh mì Phượng in Hội An, bánh mì 25 in Hanoi, and bánh mì Huỳnh Hoa in Saigon. You will love them. Third one is bún chả. Always a local favorite, bún chả hits the international radar when President Barack Obama and Anthony Bourdain roll up their sleeves to deep fry soft brown noodles into little bowls, filled with a real combination of ground and whole pork drenched in nước chấm, a sweet yet savory sauce made with ingredients like fish sauce, sugar, and vinegar. They both love the experience. Fourth one is egg coffee. Yet another Hanoi invention. Egg coffee is more of a dessert than a beverage. Made with egg yolks, sugar, and condensed milk, egg coffee is the best drink you will have in Vietnam. The original and best one is in Hanoi at Cafe Giang. Fifth is chả cá Thăng Long. You may notice a dozen restaurants that can serve chả cá, but you can never have a more delicious meal of this food after trying once at chả cá Thăng Long. Because chả cá of this restaurant has a special taste that cannot be expressed by words, and you can only feel by tasting it. From the ingredients, raw materials to soup powder exclusively appear at chả cá Thăng Long. You can find this restaurant in Dương Thanh Street in the old quarter of Hanoi. Sixth is bánh xèo. What's better than regular pancakes? In Vietnam, the answer is bánh xèo or sizzling pancakes. Inspired by French crepes and invented in central Vietnam, bánh xèo are yellow pancakes filled with a mix of ingredients including pork, shrimp, and vegetables. Number 10. SIM card. During a trip to Vietnam, it is possible to use the free Wi-Fi of the hotel you're staying in, the restaurant where you are enjoying your meals, or the cafes where you are enjoying your moments. But it's really hard to connect yourself to free Wi-Fi when you are on the road or at the public places in Vietnam, such as at a park or at a tourist attraction. Even if you find a no-password Wi-Fi in a public place, its signal is not good. There are three main SIM card providers in Vietnam. They are Viettel, Vinaphone, and Mobile Phone. Among these, Viettel is highly recommended as it is the best. The easiest and most convenient place to buy a SIM card in Vietnam is at the airport upon your arrival in the country. You will find dozens of kiosks selling SIM cards as soon as you exit the baggage claim area in any of Vietnam international airports. If you have already left the airport without a SIM card, then you should head directly to one of the branch offices of the mobile operators. Luckily, those companies have offices that are conveniently located in all big cities. Just find an office with their logo and go in. Those are the 10 things that you should definitely know before traveling to Vietnam, and with this, you may have a good preparation for your forthcoming trip. As a team of local travel specialists, we are happy to offer you a free travel consultation package, and we guarantee that you will have a Vietnam travel itinerary that you have ever wanted. Therefore, if you are really interested, please click on the Get Free Consultation link that I put in the description below. Our travel specialist will get back to you and help to make your travel dream come true. If you think this video helpful, don't forget to give us a like and follow our channel. Also, feel free to share with us other tips that you find helpful in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and wishing you a wonderful trip in Vietnam. Until next time.